Okay, and we are back from our break, continuing right where we left off.
Alright, at this point, from our last little moment, Lucia has grabbed Trent, following the sound of the door being busted in, and is spending a Vitae to, boost her blood and gain a bonus to dexterity.
Okay, I'll go ahead and...
So, how many bonus dots, or how many bonus...
One blood point per one dice boost. However...
So it's one dice?
Yeah, but keep in mind, as your blood potency rises, you can spend more than one blood point a turn, allowing you to increase your attributes significantly.
She has blood potency too, but I don't think she can spend more than one.
No, not until I think you get to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You can start getting
Raising me higher.
Let me just go ahead and pause real quick. The action, for some reason, on Charles's character sheet as well as Lucia's, there is no Vitae listed.
I had it set for 6.
I too had it set for 6.
Okay, so I can just go ahead and mark one off for each of you on my side.
And what you have to mark one off for me for the crying.
No, yeah, I had already done that.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason on yours it showed up just fine, but on theirs for some reason I don't know what it was. I guess.
Oh, and also my blood potency is at 9. My sheet might have had
at 9. No.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me take a look at it again.
At 9. It's over 9.
Oh no, not blood potency. I'm sorry.
Vitae?
Yeah, the Vitae. My total is 9, not 10. I think the sheet had 10.
Okay, well I'll just go ahead and knock you down to 8 then.
Right. Okay.
And I do appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I realized I counted it wrong on the sheet originally.
Okay, you're down to 8. Problem solved.
Yes.
Cool.
Alright then. Going back to Miss Lucia. Using the vampiric blood within her body to boost her dexterity. Just a bit, giving her a bit of a rush in doing so. She feels the speed coursing through her veins. As she grabs Trenton and...
You said it was a dex plus athletics, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Alright, so she gets a -1 to because she doesn't have anything athletics, but that's quickly recovered because of the blood boost.
Yeah.
So she rolls 2 dice and gets 2 successes.
And Trent got 2 successes as well.
Lucia reaches over, she grabs Trenton, and she kind of throws him towards the window, and almost instinctively Trenton knows what to do. He goes and he starts darting up the fire escape, climbing, as the sound of boots and shoes clanking against metal. The officer goes and he leans over, gun still pointed towards Charles. I have 2 17s that are headed towards the rooftop, requesting aerial support.
Oh.
Now, keeping in mind,
Aerials.
Mr. Trenton and Miss Lucia have not heard that transmission.
Yes.
Only Mr. Charles. So Charles, still gun point blank at you.
I'd first like to passively try to see if I can spot anything. He said he seemed to know that when I was trying to pull shit on him, so I want to see if I can detect anything odd about him, whether he's perhaps a ghoul or...
Come on!
I want to make sure before I try to jump kick him.
When are they going to get to the fireworks factory?
Die, potato!
Okay. Sadly, you do not sense any predator taint on him, which for those of you who don't know, a predator taint is essentially when you encounter a kindred of a different type that you're unfamiliar with, it kind of sets off like a Highlander sense. That's the best way I can
Spidey sense.
No, it's not necessarily Spidey sense. It's like in the old how I picture it, like in the old Highlander movie.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever 2 immortals would cross path, and they would be like.
It'd be a camera zoom.
Yeah, it'd be camera zoom, and they could kind of tell they were in the presence of another of their kind, even though they didn't know exactly where it was originating from.
Another good example in Kill Bill, when the assassins meet each other and the screen turns red and it starts playing the alarm music. Dwee-doo, dwee-doo.
Yeah, kind of like... So there is no predator taint that seems to radiate from him.
I'm going to look at him squarely in the eyes, point a single finger, and say, "Give me the gun." And I'm going to, again, burn...
Willpower?
Yes, willpower, and also the first level dominate, which is simple command.
Yeah.
And the pool for that is, I closed the book like an idiot.
Alright, hold on. I got it right here.
God damn it, you're just making the werewolf angrier.
He's a werewolf? No.
Intelligence plus intimidation plus dominate versus the opponent's resolve, which is going to be I think 4. Yeah, 4. So whatever it is, minus 4.
8.
Oh, I'm sorry, not minus 4. I had got to roll 4 on my side.
4 plus willpower. This has become a matter of honor that I can't. And it's still 2 successes, slightly better.
You see him go, and his hand shakes a bit. He's like, "You want this gun?" And he throws it at you. He throws it at you, and in the process, you see him kind of go, and he bears fangs, and he grows claws, and he seems to almost double in size.
Oh. I'm gonna try to bolt out, far away, forever gone, for now.
They're like, "Oh, and that happened."
I can just picture that. Give me the gun. He throws at the gun and then wolfs out, and then that happened and running away.
No, I can actually imagine Charles going, "Ha ha! Oh, so that happened, and
Yes.
See you later."
All right, see you later. We'll talk again some other time. Yeah, I'm gonna follow Miss Cole and Mr. Trent out the window up to the roof.
Okay,
As
go and give
quick
me
as owl's not.
a dexterity plus athletics.
You better hurry, too, because we've got a good couple of feet ahead of you.
Yeah, I have the power
by
of fear.
this time, as you guys arrive on the roof, you arrive to the roof and you hear the sound of a large roar, and then the sound of somebody scurrying up the ladder. Okay, go ahead and give me the roll, Mr. Trent. Mr. Charles.
1 success. I've got to stop burning orphanages down.
You go and you start scurrying up the ladder. You see a large sort of claw go and sweep out, and then recoils back inside, and a large head sticks out and gives a mighty roar up towards your general direction. Alright.
I don't think I'm going to
By this time you are all joined at the roof momentarily.
What the hell was that?
With the local barber, he was rather disappointed in the last tip. It was a werewolf, Mr. Maddox, and I suggest we get away from it.
Might I suggest we trade barbs later and look for the nearest exit from here? She quickly looks around for any sort of... Okay, she knows it's the roof, and she knows it's probably going to be, like squared off, and there's going to be like alleyways between it. But she's looking for the next nearest building just to run and jump to.
Yeah, there's at least 3 other. I mean, it's in a very heavy urban area, so you can probably make the jumps with your boosted dexterity.
Okay, okay, at this point, which one looks the most complicated? Like the one with AC vents and, plumbing and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That'd be the one to your left.
The most parkour-y.
She points to the left and goes, that way. And not only does she run with the boosted dex, but she spends a point to use celerity to increase her speed.
Okay.
And, no, she doesn't spend blood to use celerity. I forgot.
You don't spend blood to use celerity?
No, it's...
no, you do. You do. Never mind. Yeah.
Damn you, Requiem.
Alright, I will do the same.
People wondered why I wanted Masquerade.
I will burn a point of blood potency and activate my celerity. Running behind.
You spend a point of blood, not spend a point of blood potency.
What did I say?
You said spend a point of blood potency.
Excuse me, I would be much weaker if I was doing such.
You'd be like, ha ha.
Yeah.
Although fun little tangent, I did play in a game where the ST did allow you to do that. Essentially, if you burned a point of blood potency, that immediately refilled your blood pool, but limited or weakened you in the process. But fun little tangent. Anywho.
Yeah. So she has a speed of. Hold on, I'm pulling up her sheet. She has a speed of 16, and she's running, and that like times it by 3.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got like a speed of 48, I think. I don't know. Hold on, let me just.
But speed has nothing to do with it. At least not entirely. It all depends on how you land it, good and Adam.
Oh, well, true, but, if she lands roughly, I want to see if I can't duck and roll that son of a bitch.
Wait, does Lucia wear high heels?
No, she wears... That would be dumb.
Wait, hold on, Russell. You're kind of gargling a bit. Henry's kind of gargling a bit.
Oh, sorry.
That is better.
She wears roof shoes. They're designed specifically to jump from rooftop to rooftop.
They give a +3 against rooftop jumping.
Exactly.
Yes. But I figured since she's doing a running jump, should she get a bonus to her dice roll?
No, she does not get a bonus to her dice roll. However, she does not receive the penalty to it because of her increased speed.
Okay.
What if I play the Mirror's Edge theme?
So is it just the
It's
dex
just going to be
plus
a final
athletics?
dex, yes.
Alright, I'm going to spend a willpower as well.
Okay. You are free to do so. Actually,
So
I should be marking that down. Who else has spent a willpower here?
I have.
Okay.
A bunch. I spent 2.
You spent 2. Okay, let me mark that off for Mr. Tybalt.
Trenton's also following, but he doesn't have celerity.
Okay, that's fine.
So and he's not spending. I think he's just going to spend it's dexterity and athletics.
Yes.
Oh, Christ.
Oh yeah, I should roll that as well.
As long as you didn't botch.
I didn't botch, but I got 0 successes.
Fantastic. And how many willpower points have you spent, Miss Lucia?
That was the first willpower I've spent.
I'm scared. I'm gonna roll the willpower.
You see Lucia go, she takes off, she runs, she jumps, she lands with a loud crack. As Lucia goes and she looks down, she realizes she's in her ankle. It hurts quite a bit, but she also knows this is a simple human injury, and simple human injuries can be cured with the appropriate amount of vitae. Right then, who was next? I believe Mr. Dominic was.
Yeah, Trent doesn't spend willpower, but he got 3 successes on the athletics plus dexterity roll.
All right. Mr. Charles?
I spent a willpower and got 5 successes.
You both go and you jump after Mr. Charles, of course, taking off quite a bit sooner. Maybe he does have a bit of motivation, a fire lit under him, so to speak. As he goes and he jumps and he lands, landing right next to Lucia, who's going down and she's holding her ankle with a pained expression on her face. Soon after, Mr. Trenton lands himself. Ka-dunk.
Miss Cole, offer her hand.
She swats it away, stands up, and if she can still do that during this turn, spend another vitae to begin the healing process.
Yeah, you can go ahead and spend the vitae. As of right now, technically we are not in a combat situation, so you don't have to worry about rounds.
Oh, okay.
I will just tell you, if I think you're spending too much blood, I'll say you have to wait a bit.
All right.
Let the blood flow through you.
Good.
She doesn't swat his hand away all mean, but she's just like, I've got this. And she just stands up again like normal and resumes running.
I still adjust my tie. Sneerily.
Okay.
Trenton pushes his hat tighter on his head.
Safety straps.
After a while, you reach the edge of you reach the end of this roof. There seems to be another fire escape leading down, and you can also hear a loud roaring off in the distance. Not necessarily the roar of a beast, but the roar of some sort of helicopter.
I'm gonna jump this one too.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make the same roll.
I'm not spending a willpower this time.
Blast.
1 success.
You managed to learn from your mistakes, especially at traveling at such high velocity. You jump, leap over the gap, land relatively shaky, but very much intact.
Scared. I don't want to. You said there was a fire escape?
Yes, there is.
I think I'm going to take the fire escape. No. I'll jump again.
Okay. And Trenton?
4 successes.
Oh, you're jumping as well?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay.
1 success for myself.
You kind of go and you jump forward. This time Trenton seems to have the fire lit underneath him. He lands right behind Miss Lucia before Charles leaps and lands and kind of wobbles a bit. You know, kind of like on the edge. He does that whole leaning back and then waving his arms frantically to lean forward, and he's like, I got it.
Okay, I saw Rush Hour 2. I know how to do this. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, following this third building, is there any particular noticeable landmarks that she may remember?
Okay, go ahead and make a roll. Give me, for this particular roll, it would be a socialize plus intelligence.
Socialize?
Technically, yes, it would be a socialize. You're trying to recognize a landmarks. Landmarks would be considered a, what's the word? Kind of like a public type thing. Somebody who doesn't go out much is going to recognize these landmarks. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it makes sense. I got 1 success.
Would Streetwise be more appropriate?
Nay.
I figured Streetwise would have.
You know what? Okay, Streetwise might work too. Yes, thank you. I totally overlooked that right now. That was a bad on my fault.
That doesn't matter. I still got 1 success.
Okay.
Oh.
You go and you look around. Directly east of you, you see the lights of the Eternal Nights Casino, which you do know is a casino owned by a member of the Order Dracul. A fairly nice chap.
A fairly nice chap?
Yes, chap. Named... where's his name? Notes.
Work.
Named Damien.
Hold on, just taking notes.
All right.
Damien, or was that just Damien? Started with a D?
Yes, Damien.
Alright, she points towards the casino but doesn't say anything other than that. She goes, Haven there, and she hauls off in that direction.
Alright. Go ahead and, just as a group, everybody give me a dexterity plus stealth check.
Dexterity plus stealth?
Yes.
And that's with my blood boosted dexterity, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's less dice, actually. Fuck. 0 successes.
2 successes.
3 successes.
Thank you.
Alright. You kind of go, and you're all sneaking through the various areas. Every once in a while, you know, the light from this helicopter will kind of go and sweep over the area, a giant spotlight catching the area. Every once in a while, it'll get a glimpse of Mr. Charles, who's quickly pulled down by either Trenton or Lucia out of the light. But luckily, their combined efforts are able to keep Charles hidden until they get enough out of the limelight and into a more revered limelight, which is the bright lights of the Eternal Nights Casino. By this time, you guys have successfully eluded police, or police, air quotes, capture.
I'm in a bitter mood.
And you go and you start making your way down the fire escape, and you're back at ground level, unless you are actively deciding not to go to ground level.
No. Ground level would be wiser at this choice, at this point.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Go ahead with your scenes.
Alright, I think we're safe for now. But they're going to be looking for us, especially one that matches your description. She looks at Mr. Tybalt. When I say run, that's typically the wisest course of action. Staying behind to chat up, a possible ambush is never a smart idea. For now, we will find haven here at this casino. And with that, she turns around and just strolls right on in.
Woo! I got my blood pumping.
I disdainfully wipe mud off the suit. And then follow.
As you go and you walk in, the first thing you notice is eyes on you everywhere. Not from the patrons, but from the eyes in the sky. Like any good casino, of course, this place is, of course, well monitored. The cameras kind of go and they pan around you, zooming in, zooming out. You can almost hear the, damn it, I got another call from somebody. Don't worry, I declined it. You can almost hear the sound of, the camera kind of zooming in as if trying to focus on you, but unable to make that focus.
At the entrance, after hearing all the camera zoom, she holds up her hand to tell both of them to stop and just wait there for a moment. And she's going to do the very same. Stop and wait there.
Mm-hmm. I assume we're to announce ourselves to the owner of this haven?
There's no need to. They already know we're here.
Hey, Charles, you want to throw me some quarters? I'm going to play some slots.
I do believe I said to wait here.
Oh, there's not much slot machines right there?
It's a casino, Miss Cole.
After
There's a slot machine in the floor. Clank foot on ground.
After a couple of moments, you see a very large man in a black suit, bald. Think Kingpin from Daredevil. He goes and he walks out. He has two smaller gentlemen with him. All of them carrying a small arm with them. He kind of goes and he looks over you. Miss Cole, my employer was not expecting you this evening.
I regret to inform I was not expecting to arrive here this evening either. Unfortunately, happenstance has allowed me the pleasure of stepping within your domain.
He goes and he takes a puff of his cigar. So, what business would you have with my employer?
For the time being, Elysium.
His eyes kind of widen a bit as he quirks a brow. Oh. That much fun, eh? He goes and he motions you over. You can tell that as he motions you forward, he takes a lead, allowing you three to follow him, and then the two guards with him kind of take up the rear. He leads you through the main area where people are gambling, of course. You hear the sound of slot machines going off, ching, 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 so forth. Every once in a while, you hear the sound of somebody, screaming and yelling, "Yeah! I just got it! I hit big! Woo!" And so forth. But you continue on. He leads you to the back, through the kitchen to a set of stairs leading down into the basement. Of course, into the basement, you see an older gentleman dressed similarly, but his hair kind of slicked back. Notable grain there. He turns to you. Miss Cole? You recognize him instantly as Damien.
Damien?
What can I do for you this evening, Miss Cole?
Following a rather unfortunate investigation, I respectfully ask Elysium for at least the night.
He kind of goes and he looks down, as if checking the time. May I ask who or what you're running from, Miss Cole?
Following an educated guess, I would say a setup that made me fall into the trap of a lupine investigation of sorts.
His eyes kind of widen. I believe you would be mistaken there. The lupines are under our control, under our jurisdiction. What case or reason would lupines have to investigate you?
Not going into too many details, my ward here reported a mortal acquaintance of his having been either murdered or abducted. Investigating the scene revealed that indeed that they may have had either situation thrust upon them, but evidence around the scene suggested that the deed was done by lupine aggressors. And in any case, upon trying to extrapolate more information, we were greeted with what I assume, I only heard the howling, to be Eden's lupine police force chasing after us.
He kind of goes and he folds his fingers. He turns his seat around completely to look at you. That is disturbing and unlikely, for you see, a majority of the lupines, those at least not in direct service to elders of certain status, are of course under the servitude of Miss Gillian Graves, our sheriff, as I'm sure you know.
Of I'm quite well aware of.
She, of course, also has high ties to the police, having a great area of influence there. This is very interesting chain of events.
Indeed.
Gillian Graves. That's the kindred that told me my blood smelled funny.
Indeed, and you'd best learn your place to keep your tongue.
Trenton cowers a little bit.
He goes and he tilts his head as if thinking. You must have done something terrible. Tell me, if you have somehow incurred the wrath of Miss Graves, as long as I have known her, she has always been a fair and just sheriff. She has never held personal grudges or personal vendettas against somebody, but she has always enforced our traditions. Tell me, what could have been done to upset her, or at least get on her bad side?
Sadly, my investigations had just begun, so I don't have all the clues, as it were, to what possible intricacies could have led to such a possible situation. Far from it, I would say that perhaps maybe she's being set up.
He goes and he quirks a brow. Well, very interesting theory. But who would have the gall to set up the sheriff? I mean, Miss Graves herself is a key investigator.
Which leaves a numerous amount of suspects among, dare I say, a short list of few.
I suppose. He goes and he looks down. In a few hours the day shall be upon us. I will of course grant you Elysium Sanctuary for this evening, but you will be on your own starting tomorrow night.
And that is all I ask.
He goes and he gives you a nod, and he nods back to the large gentleman that led you in here. And he goes and he escorts you back out to another area that seems to be entirely cut off. No walls, no way out, except for the way you came in. You can tell it's not exactly the Ritz, but it'll do, at least for evading the harmful rays of the sun.
And possibly the searching eye of werewolves that don't need to sleep during the day.
One can only hope.
Trenton kicks off his boots and jumps onto the bed. This'll do.
No, there's no beds there.
Oh, wait, it's not a room?
It's a
No,
box.
it's a room, but
Oh.
it's a box. It's essentially a concrete room, no furniture, no nothing. Not even a bathroom. Essentially, it's just a room that's cut off from the outside world, which is quote unquote Damien's hospitality room, his guest room, as it were.
Well, scratch what I said. Trenton
Well,
walks in.
he can still kick off his boots and curl up into a ball on the floor.
Jump at the invisible bed.
Instead, he says, I guess this'll do.
Hospitality.
Well, your Order Dracul members are so kind, Lucia.
You're sure they can be trusted entirely?
Can any kindred be ever trusted entirely?
No, that's why I'm asking you. Is this one we can trust with a monochrome, or one we should be wary of?
Let's just hope we don't wake up in the morning with our undead kidneys taken out of our bodies.
Yes, served on a platter in his graves, perhaps.
As of right now, you do have a couple of moments before you drift off into slumber, so if you wish to converse about anything, you may.
There is actually something I would like to do. Since Lucia has eidetic memory, can she go over the scene that was at Trent's apartment and see if she can't glean some clue or insight that she may have missed?
Okay. What are you looking for specifically?
Okay, she basically canvassed the entire apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's got a pretty good case to build up so far, but she's just kind of going over it in her head again, just to see maybe she didn't kind of see she saw this one part, but she passed it over in her mind, and maybe she's looking back to see if she can't connect it to anything.
Okay. That still seems very vague.
So I don't know how to describe it other than speaking plainly and saying she's going through.
She's looking for something she might have missed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But since she's not there, she's trying to rely on her memory.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a intelligence plus investigation.
Yay!
Intelligence, because this time it's all in her head.
But does eidetic memory just allow you to do a memory roll like this, or does it add dice?
No, it doesn't add dice. It kind
All it
kind
does
of saves you from having to roll for
yeah.
remember things.
Well, what it does really is it's eidetic memory is just photographic memory.
Right. I just wasn't sure what the mechanical.
Yeah, there's no real mechanical aspect to it. It's just that I think it's a 3-point merit.
It's a 2-point merit.
I'm sorry, a 2-point merit. So it really is going to make you think if you really want it. Because 2 points can be quite a chunk out of your merits.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess the other side of the spectrum is we probably wouldn't. Someone without that merit wouldn't be able to even make this roll, right?
Well, no, you would have been rolling 1 to see what you could remember, and then 2 how useful that memory would be.
In this case, I get to skip one of those rolls.
Oh, I
Actually,
see.
you get to skip both of those rolls.
Okay.
Because right now, essentially, it's like you have the picture in your head. You're just reviewing the pictures.
Yeah. And so I got 3 successes.
You start piecing it together inside of her head. Miss Lucia starts piecing it together inside of her head, looking about. Footprints there. Hallmarks there. You also do notice something very interesting. From when you had first arrived, there was no signs of forced entry, although there were claw marks by the door.
So it seemed to happen from the inside out instead of inside in.
Possibly. You continue to ponder it over. A large amount of hair and fur in the bathroom, of course. A set of claw marks on the bed. Very interesting. You continue to kind of ponder it over, trying to piece it together. But it doesn't quite make sense to you. You have successfully, for the most part, figured out the how, but you haven't figured out the why. If this is a lupine assault or attack, or whatever the case may be, what relevance does Trenton, or even to a lesser degree, his sister have to them?
I'm going to send you a message out of character.
Okay.
Give me one quick moment.
While this is going on, Mr. Tybalt's mind races with the events of the day. First, he has a very promising evening. Then, he almost gets shot at. Twice.
Failure after failure after failure.
And then, of course, he runs into something he was not expecting to run into. It really does strike you as odd, though. Most of the time, lupines only go after their own, if not spirits. Which, as Mr. Charles Tybalt thinks about, is part of why the Kindred have this alliance of sorts with the lupines in the city. Because of the fact that while the Kindred may control the city, certain aspects of the spiritual nature they are unable to influence, at least directly.
Do I know the specifics of that agreement? Is it just a we won't attack you, you won't attack us kind of thing? Or is there an actual bargain being... I know I need the specifics.
The mentality behind the agreement is something to the extent of, you are lucky to live here, Lupine. You are lucky that we keep you employed here. You are lucky that you have a usefulness. If not, we would have exterminated you long ago. As is the general mentality.
Yes.
Following her investigating from her memory for the time being, she goes, it would be best for the time being that we slept, gathered what strength we could, and then resumed our new leads tomorrow. Once we are somewhere with less eyes and ears, I will share my theories.
Fair enough, Miss Cole.
Anywho, slumber falls upon you. Okay, everybody go ahead and mark off a blood point, just due to the point that you need to rise for the next evening.
Ho ho! Ho ho! I counter that with the coils of blood.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You've activated my trap card.
I special summon from my hand.
Coils of the dragon!
With over 5,000 attack points.
Oh, God.
Pretty much,
No.
yeah. That prevents me from using
from
blood.
having to use blood when you rise. Yep, that is good. But Trenton loses one as well as Mr. Charles.
Getting hungry.
Getting hungry. Mm-hmm.
Getting hungry. Munches. Alright, so arise from your grave.
Okay, just to clarify, Charles, as of this point, you have 5 bullet points.
What? Really?
Yes.
There was that weird sound again. Sorry, I have 5. I thought I had 2. Well, that's a help.
Oh, yeah, you have 2? Okay, I'll go with that.
No, I like 5. 5
No, it's been said now. You have 2 left.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you for the honesty, sir.
Okay.
All right, then.
It's okay. I have 2 too.
2 twos? How? No,
Two-
we're not going to go
two-
down that lane.
Okay.
No, 2 as well.
I realize.
You arise with the beast tugging at your inner chains. Tugging just a bit. Deep inside, but you manage to keep it at bay, at least for now.
Partner, you look hungry.
For the time being, I may require some sustenance.
The door suddenly swings open. You see the very large gentleman that you saw the night before. Damien says your time is up.
I don't suppose Damon will be offering breakfast.
Don't push his hospitality. Please inform your lord that we are thankful for his hospitality, and we will depart from his domain post haste.
They allow you to gather your things, should you gotten undressed, or like in Trent's case, taking off your boots, so forth. Once you gather your effects, they promptly escort you outside the casino, and then turn and head back inside.
It is at this point that Lucia tries to recall hunting grounds. Or the nearest rack, at least.
Fantastic. Go ahead and give me a... Actually, I think, okay, never mind. I won't do that. Okay. Go ahead and give me a intelligence plus politics.
Politics?
Yep.
You should let me do it.
That's what I was going to say. I said, maybe you should let Charles do this, but you already declared you were going to do it.
She's going to, but that doesn't stop Charles from doing it.
I'm
rather bored. I don't want to.
I'm pondering where we should go next to avoid being eviscerated. Suppose.
And I only have 1 dice pool because I lose 3 for that.
Could always ask me afterwards.
No success.
Nothing comes to your mind directly. It seems as though the beast is tugging too strongly.
I don't suppose you, sir, know where the nearest rack is.
I smile widely, bearing sharp fangs, and kind of course, Miss Cole. And I will make that check and pray to God that I don't get no.
Of course, Miss Cole. Actually, no, I don't. I was lying.
I point to the local McDonald's.
I just wanted to feel important.
Would Kindred Affairs boost that, or no? Probably not.
Actually, yes, it is, because what you do know is there are certain areas that are reserved for maybe certain movements.
Crime.
I'm sorry, certain covenants
Factions.
or certain groups or what have you.
Probably the lens.
And Trent has the barfly merit, so getting into Sun Night Spot or something could be
Useful.
easier, maybe.
The cowboy that can get into any nightclub on the planet. 3 successes.
One immediately pops to your mind, and that is, of course, the Purgatory. The Purgatory, of course, being a high-scale sort of goth club, in the area, but
Yes.
it is also known amongst the Kindred Society as Slurpee Central.
Classy.
Slurpee Central, of course, because it is run by a kindred. A kindred that not many have ever come to meet personally, at least not within your immediate circle of friends. And Charles may relay this information as he sees fit.
Well, of course, Miss Cole. It's not the most elegant, but it will do for our purposes just fine. I'm going to dramatically hail a cab. Because I assume it's a distance.
Give me a presence plus socialize.
That could also ruin the effect.
Taxi!
Taxi! Taxi!
Box scratcher?
Foot scratcher!
Anywho, I'm sorry, keep going.
4. Holy crap, there's the magic number. 5 successes out of 4 dice.
All you have to do is just raise your hand and say, taxi. Regular speaking voice. One go, the is up.
Please. Opening door politely.
If he opens the door politely, she will step on in.
After which place Charles closes the door and say, go, go, go! No, I'm just joking.
And there goes their only hope for survival.
Anyway, okay. You guys all pile in the cab and you tell the cab driver where you need to go, and of course, he's very familiar with the spot, seeing as how he's taken a few people there tonight already. And with that, we will be taking a very short break, and stay tuned for the second part.